There aren't many things that feel better than having a late round fantasy football pick that just pops off. Because when something like that happens, it opens the door for you to be able to tell your league mates to hawk Tua on that thing. That's why in today's show, I'm giving you 4 must-have late round league winners. What is going on, Headliner Nation? Hopefully everyone is doing well out there today, where we're going to be looking at a few players that you can get after round 8 that have that league-winning upside. But before we do that, got a quick question. Have you gotten your draft guide yet? If not, now is the time to do so because drafts are right around the corner. You need to head over to tfhdraftguide.com to get yourself one for only $21.99. It's already live, there's already content there, and we're going to continue to update and add to that bad boy from now up until week 1 of the NFL season. You can also get one for free if you sign up for Underdog Fantasy, use the referral code Headliners, and make your minimum deposit of only $10. If you do that, you'll get a free draft guide, you're going to get a special pick added to your account from Underdog, plus a first-time deposit bonus of up to $250 in bonus cash. So if you're ready for some fantasy goodness here today, do me a favor, just flick the like button, tap on it, lick it, whatever you gotta do. And then, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Because like I said, you hit the subscribe button, I keep dropping bangers. And if I do say so myself, I feel like the last couple of weeks have been pretty damn fire. But alright, let's talk about our first player. It's none other than Brock Dirty Purdy of the San Francisco 49ers. So when we look at Brock Purdy, he's coming off his first full season as a pro, a season in which he finished the quarterback 6 overall in fantasy football, averaged 19 fantasy points per game, scored over 16 fantasy points in 11 of his 16 games, and has arguably one of the best overall offenses in the league. The best running back in the game, Christian McCaffrey. One of the best tight ends out there in George Kittle. 2 stud wide receivers in Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. But there is another piece that I don't see too many people talking about, and that's rookie wide receiver Ricky Pearsall. Now, we've already seen these two develop somewhat of a connection in camp. And Pearsall is one of the most exciting wide receivers to enter the NFL this year. And now he's in line to be the starting slot wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. Purdy literally has every kind of weapon you need on offense. He's got the 50-50 guys. He's got the yak guys. He's got the deep threats. He's got the route technicians. He's just got everything. But he also has extra depth, which is great in the NFL because injuries to the wide receiver position may not really hurt him. They got guys like Juwan Jennings and another underrated rookie wide receiver in Jacob Cowing out of the University of Arizona. A top 3 NFL overall offense. A known producer on the field is Brock Purdy. He's not reliant on the performance of just one guy to boost his ceiling. Everyone in San Francisco's entering 2024 healthy, and you're gonna be able to get the guy right around the 9th round. He does anything close or better to what he did last year, and he could definitely be a league winner. Now, we can say a lot of the same for Josh Palmer, wide receiver of the Los Angeles Chargers, currently the wide receiver 59 overall, and there is so much unknown right now in this Chargers offense, really due to the fact there's a ton of options out there. We got Josh Palmer, Quentin Johnston, Ladd McConkey, DJ Chark, another rookie wide receiver in Brendan Rice. Jerry Rice's son is there as well. But out of all those options, there is only one wide receiver there that has proven chemistry with quarterback Justin Herbert, and it's Josh freaking Palmer. Now, if you've been with this channel for a couple years, you know that I love myself some Josh Palmer. He's been stuck having to deal with guys like Mike Williams and Keenan Allen ahead of him on the depth chart for a couple of years now. Then he gets a chance last year and ends up getting hurt. But now is really the time that he needs to prove himself, and it's great timing because he's in a contract year. This is his opportunity to sign a contract for a big bag of cash. He doesn't have to do it all on his own, which is great though. There are other wide receivers on this offense that we just named that are good enough to draw away some defensive attention. That's going to lead to Josh Palmer seeing more single coverage than maybe a lot of people expect him to get. We've seen him convert the big plays, the contested catches, 100-yard games. He's got top 12 finishes at the position. But here is a fun stat for you. Josh Palmer has 5 games of over 99 yards in the last 2 seasons. That is the exact same amount as guys like Garrett Wilson, Michael Pittman, DK Metcalf, DeAndre Hopkins, and Terry McLaurin, all while Josh Palmer has missed 8 games over the last 2 years. It's all going to come down to volume. He's being drafted as the wide receiver 59, well into the double-digit rounds. There is no risk and a huge potential reward. Josh Palmer, if he can go off, could be a late-round league winner. How about a running back that may make you throw up in your mouth a little bit, but give me a second here. It's Ezekiel Elliott of the Dallas Cowboys, the current running back 37. The 37th running back overall. People have been talking about the Zeke fall off for years, and yeah, I get it. He's not the 2018 Zeke Elliott anymore, but he's never finished as low as running back 37. Last year he was in New England, and the majority of fantasy players just forgot he was even there. He didn't even play over 50% of the offensive snaps in the game until week 13 last year, and still finished higher as the running back 37. But now he's back in Dallas. Tony Pollard is now gone, and that vacates 307 touches from 2023 in this backfield. Rico Dowdle is the only competition on the depth chart, and he only has 96 total carries in his career. Now, when we saw Zeke in this offense 2 years ago, he had 248 touches for 968 total yards and 12 total touchdowns, and finished as the running back 19 overall. Michael Gallup is now gone, and Brandon Cooks hasn't even had 700 yards receiving in either of the last 2 seasons. Dallas is going to have to try to run the ball this year. And that really shouldn't be a surprise. Since head coach Mike McCarthy took over the head coaching job in Dallas, they have been top 15 in the NFL each year in rushing attempts. Now, they did lose all-pro left tackle Tyron Smith, but they also spent a first-round draft pick on his replacement, Tyler Guyton. I think it's also pretty safe to say that when you look at this Dallas offense, they are not overflowing with offensive weapons, and Zeke isn't buried on the depth chart anywhere. However, with all that being said, I know there have been reports this offseason where head coach Mike McCarthy said, you know what, this is going to be a committee-style approach. Duh, of course it will. Zeke's going to be 29 here at the start of the season, and he was sharing work with Tony Pollard 2 years ago when he was there. But Zeke would only need to have in the neighborhood of 1,070 total yards, 20 catches, and 8 total touchdowns to finish inside the top 24 running backs. Being drafted as the running back 37 in the double-digit rounds, though, he may be, in fact, I believe he is, the latest drafted starting running back right now in the NFL. Once again, minimal risk, huge potential payoff, and a potential late-round league winner. But can we talk about a rookie running back here for a second that deserves more attention? It's Jaylen Wright of the Miami Dolphins, the current running back 47. And the talk all offseason is how old Raheem Mostert is, and how Devon Achane isn't going to be able to stay healthy for an entire NFL season. Well, if either one of those are true, why is Jaylen Wright the running back 47? I mean, we know that head coach Mike McDaniel, he likes to use multiple backs in his backfield. We know that the Miami offense is one of the best in the NFL. We also know they're obsessed with speed in Miami. I mean, Jaylen Wright is younger, bigger, and just as fast as Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane. But we know that Mostert has never played a full season. Achane last year couldn't stay healthy, and his smaller frame will do him no favors in his career. If anything happens to either one of those guys, Jaylen Wright is going to have an immediate opportunity at fantasy production. Now, no disrespect to Raheem Mostert, but he isn't some elite level running back talent, and even he had 21 touchdowns in this offense last season. Now, I would say from an overall talent perspective, Jaylen Wright is above Raheem Mostert. Now, Miami last year ran the ball 456 times, which is right around the league average. We know their offensive line is already improved this offseason as well. But most importantly, their defense is improved too. If Miami can have more late game leads where they can rely on their defense, what does that mean? It means they can run the football even more. More running means more chances for Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane to get hurt. And if that's the case, that's more potential opportunity for Jaylen Wright to have a chance. Now, in my opinion, if you find yourself drafting either Raheem Mostert or Devon Achane, it is an absolute must to draft Jaylen Wright later in your drafts. Because at the current running back 47 price, well into the double-digit rounds, if he gets an opportunity, he could be a late round league winner. Now, I really feel that between Brock Purdy and the 3 other players we discussed today that you can get well into the double-digit rounds have a great opportunity at outperforming their ADP and being a great addition to your fantasy football team. These are the players that, as you get later in drafts, you want to make sure you've added them to your queue so you don't forget about them. But I want to know what you think, so let me know down below in the comment section. Are you interested? Are you super pumped about any of the names we talked about here today? But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here for the day. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and then most importantly, do your part to make the world a better place. Analytics.